A girl in her middle 20s groans as she buys a thick cloth. She's treating her stab wound on her arm. Fuck that bastard! She groaned in pain as she tried to soothe the wound. She shuts her eyes and groans again and again during the sewing process until someone comes into her bedroom. Need some help? Vladlena looks at him before rolling her eyes and making the man chuckle. He squats down near Vladlena, who's sitting on the floor while leaning on her bed. Get lost, Pietro, she said while looking away from the man called Pietro. Pietro chuckles but insisted to help her treat her wound. I didn't know that it was an ambush, he said while sewing Vladlena's wound while the girl is biting the cloth harder. It's a good thing that this one is my last mission, she said, making Pietro stop what he was doing. Vladlena sighs knowing what he's gonna say and about to stand up, but Pietro holds her back. You know you can't leave the shadow. I can't cause I have a plan, and that's the only way, and you know what I'm talking about. No, you're out of your mind. You could die, Vladlena. Then good. Pietro shakes his head before giving Vladlena her payment in an envelope. Please, you promise you help me. In one condition. Another mission is succeeded, boys. Wash up and go home. I'll give you 3 days off. The guys leave as they place back their weapons except for one guy. That's odd. 3 days off? You did that. They have a family. I should have been more considerate. Why don't you go home, Jonggyu? My brother's out of town with his wife. Then visit your little sis. Here, buy her some donuts, he said while giving Jonggyu some cash. You don't have to, bro. Nah, my treat. Tell her I'm sorry her favorite uncle can't visit her, and Jonggyu chuckles. Yeah, sure thing. Good night, boss. I'll beat you if you call me boss again, he said, making Jonggyu chuckle again before the guy left. Why should I kill him? She asked while munching her cinnamon roll. Pietro frowns at her after he sipped his flat white. You never questioned your job. Why now? Just curious, you know. He's a mafia boss in his country. People think he should die as he has way too many enemies that it'll harm innocents. And you'll be given a new name. Here's your passport ticket and some cash. Remember, make it look like an accident. Vladlena stops eating as she wipes her hands and looks at her new identity. She bursts into laughter looking at the photo. Why, an Ardolf? A Canadian? Just do your job and take off that Russian accent of yours. Fine. We gave you a new identity because you can't just barge in and kill him, you know. You know I can do it. I'm an expert. I know, but I'm just following an order, he said, making Vladlena rolls her eyes. What a nice accommodation that guy got. Huh, she said before flopping herself to the bed. She takes the file again and stares at her last target for some time. Unconsciously, Vladlena strokes the person's face who's in the picture. Do I have to? She asks herself after sighing. She reads more about his information as she must know about him. Unlike her other deceased targets, Vladlena has to approach before executing him. Oh fudge, get the hell out of my head, Jungkook. Vladlena casually and confidently walks into Jungkook's company. She sits and waits in the lobby while checking around. And that's when her eyes lock with his, Jungkook. Playing hard to get, Vladlena checks her phone knowing Jungkook is approaching her, and when he stands in front of her, Vladlena looks up at him. May I help you? Vladlena stands up before smiling at him. It's okay, I guess I'm lost, she said before leaving, but Jungkook holds her wrist. Can I buy you a cup of coffee? How rude of me not to introduce myself. I'm Jungkook, he said while sitting in front of her after taking their orders. Vladlena chuckles. Why, and Ardolf, I'm from Canada. Jungkook squints his eyes but immediately shakes his head while smiling. What brought you here? He asked while looking at her fondly. Holiday? I don't know. Just want to find happiness, I guess, she shrugged. Jungkook smiles at her fondly while nodding, and that second, he starts to believe in love and love at first sight. Thank you for the treat, Jungkook, but I gotta buy some groceries now. Vladlena was about to leave again, but Jungkook stepped in her way. I can accompany you. Oh no, please, I know you're a busy man. I can always make time for you. If you insist.